What is good? I mean, what is really good, my people? It is UK, brother, dr.blick, the darkest man who around. And today, guys, I'm pretty much making a follow-up video to the last video I made about my worries about My Hero Academia One's Justice. In this video, I'm gonna pretty much explain everything in better detail than I did before. I kind of got some stuff muddled up and mixed up in terms of me getting my thoughts out there, but I want people to understand where I'm coming from when I say the stuff I do about My Hero Academia One's Justice. And this has stuff to do with the way Bandai promote their games, and it has stuff to do with promotion as a whole. And I'm going to use a lot of references to other platforms of promotion, and I know people are going to say it's different, yada 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 yada. I know people are going to say that, but I got to use this as an example of good promotion and as an example of what Bandai could be doing better in terms of getting the game out there. So if there's been a time for you guys to get that fried chicken and get that Kool-Aid, now is the perfect time, because the UK brother will be going ham on this video. So without further ado, let me just get on this. So first of all, I got to start off by saying that when it comes down to My Hero Academia One's Justice, when I said that they are not promoting the game as well as they could have, I know it's only been a month, I know it's early, and during the time I made the video purely based on the fact that it felt so long since we had news, and purely based on the fact that I generally forgot that the game existed. And I'm the guy covering the game. I'm the guy that was hyped when the game first got announced. I'm the guy that was excited when the game first got word of being made, when we got first news of us getting the first My Hero Academia console game. I'm the guy that was all hyped for all of this stuff. And I'm again, a month later, saying, yo, there's actually a My Hero Academia game coming out. Regardless of how you put it, regardless of whether you feel that they're going at the right pace, regardless of how you feel, I should not be in a position where I'm forgetting about the game. I know a lot of people saying Fighters is distracting people, but you can rewind back to Xenoverse 1. Xenoverse 1 was a game, when the first trailer came out, a lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were constantly talking about it. Yes, it's draggable, it makes sense. A lot of people are going to talk about a game like that because you've just had Battle of Z and Ultimate Tenkaichi as the last two games. So when you see a game that goes outside the box, when you see a game that actually looks good in terms of combat and in terms of a new direction, and in terms of the mystery character that they showed, that does bring a lot of stuff for the person or for people to talk about. And there's one thing about games, and there's one thing about, like, let's say boxing as well. Promotion and people talking about it is a great thing. People talking about it is a great thing. And with this game, no one's talking about it. I'm not comparing the two. Okay, I kinda am comparing the two. I ain't gonna lie, kinda am comparing the two. One is Dragon Ball, one is My Hero Academia. Dragon Ball is always gonna get a lot of good promotion because it is the main anime game out there. When you talk about anime games made by Bandai, the #1 anime game is Dragon Ball games. Like, Dragon Ball games are the #1. I understand that. But when it comes to promoting games as a whole, you should not be in a position where you are forgetting that the game exists. You should not be in a position where you are actually in a position where, yo, I actually was hyped for this game. A month later, it feels like we haven't had news for this game in forever. And that is the case. We haven't had news for a long time. Like, that is the case. And one of the major issues for that is that Bandai kind of rely on YouTubers to promote their games. And what I mean they kind of rely on YouTubers to promote their games is Xenoverse 1, that game sold so well due to the fact that the Dragon Ball community just blew up. Based on that game, the Dragon Ball community blew up. A lot of people were talking about it, a lot of YouTubers were talking about it. The game was promoted heavily by YouTubers. It was promoted heavily by YouTubers. Like, if it wasn't for Xenoverse 1, I wouldn't be a YouTuber. I wouldn't be making videos. I started making YouTube videos because I wanted to cover Xenoverse 1. A lot of people felt the same way. A lot of people wanted to talk about this game. With My Hero Academia One's Justice, me personally, I feel like this game has a lot of potential to sell. That's why I'm worried that they might not market this game as well as they can. I kind of got caught in two minds trying to say two words, but anyways, I'm worried that they're not going to promote this game as well as they can. Yes, it is early days, but you still get worried. It's an arena fighter, it's an anime game. They're still going to be worried. There's still going to be worries, should I say. I need to slow down because I'm kind of talking a little bit too fast for myself. So there's still worries about the game as a whole. There's always going to be worries about it. It's an anime game. Broken mechanics, game being busted, whether the game will be good, whether it's going to be a J-Stars 2.0, whether it's going to be a Battle of Z 2.0. A lot of worries are out there when it comes to anime games as a whole. But the point I'm trying to make is Bandai are relying so much, or they rely so much on YouTubers to promote their games. And for the most part, it works when the community is actually a big size, when you got a big fan base back in the game. And when you look at Dragon Ball, they can do this. When you look at Naruto, they could do this around the Storm era, but with Shinobi Striker, with the people that are quote-unquote meant to promote the game, they're kind of gone, because Storm kind of, let's face it, killed a lot of Naruto channels' drive to make content on the game. And on top of that, the people that are big are not really interested in the game. A lot of people are sheep, so instead of them making their own opinion, they follow bigger channels. And like I said, that comes down to the fact that bigger channels, or YouTubers should I say, promote the game. And the game can only get promoted is if you have a lot to talk about the game. And if Bandai want YouTubers to promote the game, they've got to do one thing, and that is actually show quite a bit to talk about. Give us some Easter eggs, give us some stuff to talk about, and also give us some stuff to discuss. With My Hero Academia One's Justice, there's not really a lot to talk about. There's not a lot to discuss. Like, okay, let me show you examples, or let me say examples of good first trailers that had a lot to talk about. So, Burn and Blood had a lot to talk about, got a lot of people into One Piece. That's a good example of promoting the game before the game came out. Obviously, Burn and Blood didn't sell well, and in my personal opinion, I do feel like it's down to the fact that the game's release date from the North America and the rest of the world and JP, it was too far away. In America, it came out like March the 31st, like, no, not March, May the 31st. The rest, in Japan, should I say, it came out like April, like the 1st or something like that, like early April. It's like a month apart. So people that bought the Japanese version were people that a lot of people were going to check if the game was good, and a lot of people weren't a big fan of the game that bought the game, especially the bigger channels that bought the game, or especially the people that didn't like the game. And that's understandable. You are in your own right not to like the game. But if the game came out in a way where you can access the English version, a lot of people would have tried the game out themselves. Obviously, there's always some people that wait and see how people like it, see the reception and all that. There's always people like that, but overall the game would have sold a lot better in my opinion. And then you got them people that waited, still ended up buying the game and realized that they actually liked the game, and you got people that still waited and still realized they didn't like the game. So it's kind of 50-50 in terms of that aspect. But in terms of talking about the game building up, Burn and Blood was kind of going into a lot of hype before the game before the JP version dropped. It was going with a lot of hype, a lot of momentum, and that was based on the fact that there was a lot to talk about, there was a lot to discuss when it came down to the game as a whole. But when you look at Xenoverse 1, first trailer, a lot to discuss, first trailer, a lot to talk about. When you look at Shinobi Striker even, first trailer, a lot to discuss, first trailer, a lot to talk about. But when you look at My Hero Academia One's Justice, there's literally nothing to discuss. The gameplay wasn't in great quality, so a lot of people's reception on the game was kind of negative on Twitter especially. I saw a lot of people downplaying it. A lot of people that are not even connected to the anime community like that, they looked at the trailer, they weren't really too fond of it because it looked pretty simple. And to be fair, that's kind of any game that is not Dragon Ball when it comes down to them trying to show combos. They do a terrible job. You don't look good. It looks kind of trash. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you want to promote the game through content creators, you gotta give them some material to promote the game. But if you want to actually promote the game yourselves, actually carry on repeating stuff. Like when you put on the TV, I know a lot of people don't watch the TV that much, but when you watch TV, or when you used to watch TV should I say, you would see the same ad over and over again, saying the same thing over and over again. The reason why they do that is so that you will not forget. A constant reminder, a constant drilling in your head that this game is a thing, why you should buy this game, why you should actually be interested in this game. Constant drilling, constant reminder, constant reminder, constant reminder. That is what Bandai should be doing with majority of the games. But for the most part, they don't do that. They don't give us constant reminders, they don't drill it in our heads, they don't carry on promoting the game. Make sure the game's everywhere. Don't put it as they don't put the game in multiple different platforms so that people can see it. You can even put it on adverts on YouTube videos. You could post it on Twitter on multiple accounts, and actually just get the word out there. They don't do that. They really don't do that. And with Dragon Ball, they don't have to do that because they got a lot of people to talk about the game, a lot of people to discuss the game, a lot of people to make character wish lists, all them videos. All of that stuff is good exposure for the games. But when it comes to small communities or communities that don't even exist, you can't do that. You're gonna have to promote the game yourself, or actually give the people that are covering it material to talk about. But really, I feel that you should be promoting the game yourself, talk about it repeatedly. It's like a boxer going up into a fight and they're trying to promote the event. You gotta constantly promote the event, like constantly, because for the most part, training camp is about like let's say it's about like 2 months like before a fight happens. A lot of people announce their fights 2 months before the fight happens, and you gotta promote it as much as you can, or depending on how far the fight is, unless you agree with it early on, you gotta promote it as much as you can. You gotta get it out there as much as you can. You gotta do constant promotion, constant advertisement, constant like exposure to it. The more people are talking, the good exposure. It's good exposure. People are knowing about the game. People are gonna look at the game. People are gonna decide whether the game interests them or not, because a lot of people are talking about it, a lot of people get word on it, and if a lot of people get word on it, a lot of people are gonna want to check it out. It's like Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. When they did the press tours, like 4 different press tours, they carried on talking, they carried on promoting it, and after that they just carried on promoting it by having arguments back and forth on Twitter, all of that stuff. Good exposure. Bandai don't really do that with any of their games, and I feel like they could do that a lot better when it comes down to this game. But as a whole, guys, that is my point that I'm trying to make. I'm trying to make that I should not be in a position where I am forgetting about My Hero Academia One's Justice. I do feel like this game could do a lot better, and I do feel like a lot of people would like the game as a whole. But as a whole, like I said, it's a superhero game, so they could do a lot with a superhero game. They could do a lot in terms of getting people to know about the game, because like I said, superhero game, meaning that is very marketable. And since it's very marketable, they could do a lot better in terms of getting the game out there, in terms of repetition, in terms of promoting the game and actually getting people to know about the game. That's the issue that I'm having. I shouldn't be in a position where I'm forgetting that the game's even a thing, even though last month I was hyped for the game that it got announced. But now I'm in a position where I'm just like, yo, I'm not really that excited for the game anymore, because there's literally nothing. Like we got a trailer that was in really low quality. Okay, not the trailer, we got gameplay that was in really low quality, and we got a trailer that virtually showed off nothing. But as a whole, guys, I want to know what you guys think. Am I going a little bit too extreme? Put that down in the comment section below, because I respect all of you guys' opinion. And also, if you agree with what I said, like the video and just give me your thoughts on all that stuff, and just share the video out so that a lot of people can get word of this, because I want more people to know about My Hero Academia One's Justice. So like I always say, please comment and subscribe. I know I say this all the time, but at the end of the day, I'm just saying, please like, rate, and enjoy this video. And yeah, this UK Trucker Brother will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.